Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, a part 20. I don't know, it's been quite a hot minute since we last recorded this. A week, because today's the 28th, and this is from the 21st, just because, you know, holiday stuff kind of caused there to be no recording for a while, and it's still kind of gonna be no recording for a bit, but I have a few uninterrupted hours today to knock out a few videos. So, we haven't actually started episode 4, right? Yeah, we have not. The girl! Let her go! Bro, you might want to pick like a better bridge. That bridge seems like it's got a slight structural flaw. Shut up! Come closer and I kill her! I mean, that kind of, yeah, that kind of is a little like Mia or something. Sorry, we're trying not to get the chance. I mean, I assume it would be like her mother? Is this the new Matrix reboot I've heard about? Phoenix, right? In the Matrix. Oh, God, the auto-scrolling text. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. I completely missed the... I didn't think it was going to auto-scroll. Terry Falls. I hate it. Charge, kidnapping, murder, sentence, death penalty. Get it? He's Terry Falls because someone fell. After escaping Falls, met with and then murdered Sergeant Valeria Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. I guess so that's the case that she lost, I guess? That they were talking about that made her, like, kind of semi-retire? So wait, is this another Mia chapter, or is this just like a section? Because, I don't know, I mean, I kind of liked it for the tutorial, but, I don't know if I want to do a whole chapter with a different character. It's kind of reminds me of, what was the, well, yeah, it was kind of like the last case of the last game where they didn't have Maya in it for, like, 90% of the case, which I felt kind of weakened it a little bit. Oh, I'm so nervous like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Is he the ghost of Christmas Future? Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try and relax him. So I see you, how's the old ball and chain doing? So why did you try and escape anyway? I'm sorry. Oh, God, I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. One of us tells the truth and one of us only lies. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? And as we know, the justice system never makes mistakes. So, you definitely did that shit. Of course. I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was strict to tell you. A woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. Two days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policeman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive on the left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. I mean, worst case scenario, if you lose, he gets executed, which is just gonna happen anyway, because this is a different murder that he's being tried for. Like, it's not like they're trying to reopen an old case or anything. I mean, the dude's still gonna, like, go back to death row, so it's kind of like a no consequence case. Oh, there's old Godot. You're not gonna figure out the truth just by staring at the guy. Why are you here? Came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where is Mr. Grossberg? Ah, that old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say... So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me. No. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. Escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. So I guess it could be that maybe she does win the case, but, you know, he still gets executed for the old case that they're not able to disprove, and that's why she maybe quits or something. Relax, I just heard some good news. Prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. But really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. It is Miles. I thought that, but I didn't know if the timeline, like, fit. Like, would he have, because, like, isn't he a little too young? Wouldn't he be, like, I don't know, 17 or something? I don't remember if they established that he, like, you know, graduated early and everything. I mean, it's not like it makes sense, but I didn't know if we'd ever actually establish that. Because I thought he had only been practicing law for like a few more years than Phoenix, not like I said, it said 6 years ago from the present, right? So this would just be like 3 years before the start of the first game? Or something like that. That actually kind of would make out. I think it said he'd been prosecuted for like 2 or 3 years before Phoenix at the start of the first game. Something like that. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand that lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. Oh, so you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. Guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet. Come on, Mia, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Hey, young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. The defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls is responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor, it was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw out the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. Witness's testimony? Okay, so that's the lady. The testimony of a detective, Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. Mr. Falls, more like Mr. Drops. Okay, I'm just gonna hit the stop recording button now. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Yeah, everyone knows that, obviously. I didn't need to be told that. Of course I knew Eagle River is its powerful current. It's the stuff of legends. Most bodies that fall are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. Hi, that police woman you just mentioned. That wouldn't be. Exactly. The victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Hey, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. And with only one thing in his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. I mean, you shouldn't, like, take that, you know, you're being biased. You're not keeping an open mind. Ah, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Yes, yes. It's quite obvious the defendant is guilty. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least you have the case for you to decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Hey, watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word of choice or your tone voice. I said word of choice or tone voice. Yep, that's how the line was written. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. What? You're younger than me, you hypocrite! Hi, now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. By God, he hasn't aged today. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Shut up! Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? Well, I mean, I don't really either. It was basically just everyone else quit, so they kind of had to promote me, but, it didn't come with a pay raise either. And they didn't give me my own office. But that's beside the point. What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try and be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Hey, now detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away, sir. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. Personally, I think any blood loss is excessive, but what do I know? I'm not a doctor. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I got you. Okay, so take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. So it was the same bridge. I see. Been 5 years, they still ain't fixed that shit? It was the victim's blood found on the bridge. The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Fortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. I don't think that's how that works. Huh. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony you have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Hey, why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you, wagging your finger at me as though I was some hoser. Oh, he's Canadian, dude. I've given him the wrong accent. Oh well. I can't do a Canadian accent. I mean, I can't do any accents, but... Detective, please proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Oh, is this, light side, Godot? He drinks tea? On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. Everyone on the force says we should call Mr. Drops. Sorry, Your Honor. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. How do you know she was brutally murdered? Criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Objection, conjecture? What made the murder so brutal? Have you seen a lot? I don't think you should insert your own personal biases into the case. I'll move to have this witness stricken from the record. Sustained? Okay, thank you. Goodbye, Gumshoe. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Has he? Naturally. Now, the defense, please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling, it's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Worst case scenario, you just have to mind crush their ass. Just remember, those court procedure videos you stayed up all night watching. Incorrect. This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. Oh, what? The defendant? The defendant called her. Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, top secret memo she left in her desk. I mean, okay, it says written by the victim, so I'm guessing we're not gonna have to do a handwriting thing. We're just gonna accept that's already been done and that she wrote it. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. That's me and my judge buddies call him Terry Drops. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Can we, like, object? This wasn't shown to us in Discovery like it's supposed to be. This is a breach of court procedure, therefore, mistrial. We win. See ya. Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me. Is that a trap? That cute face. I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Stupid, sexy Edgeworth. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it's a very important place to the defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that? Yes, my voice changed. Shut up. Do you remember 5 years ago the defendant kidnapped a young girl? He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. I do kind of appreciate this just starts off with a trial, though, right off the bat. It's kind of... It's different. So that's definitely something. Now I don't know how this is, like, I don't know if it's maybe we just open with like the trial section with Mia, and then we maybe pivot back to Phoenix's point of view or something, as like a follow-up to this case. That would be kind of interesting. I just don't know if I really want to do like a long protracted case without Phoenix, you know? Just seems kind of... Seems like a little bit of a waste of like all the time and build up to his character and Maya's, you know? Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, don't move. We got you surrounded. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? Location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? If that's what happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier. Maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? How did he get the car, Gummy? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. She's just sleeping. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa. That doesn't look too comfortable. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Do you? Anyway, I mean, kind of looks like the hatch, lock, lever, opener, handle is busted. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do nothing. Man, that's all he says. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, you know, he say he stole a car. That's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says, sorry, I told a little lie. Something like that. Well, in any case, it seems that he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Which Falls arrested at a police checkpoint set up on the base of the mountain. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. I mean, we set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls just might try and dang old run out of there. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not! Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. And if you're gonna get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. I sure do hope I find some of those. Okay, so that's them telling us to press the first statement. So that means this must be important. Oh, we can actually read it. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Is she wearing a white scarf? She is not. I win. Goodbye. Witness? You didn't even have any lead on Mia. Come on, man. I know you're new, but you can't just instant pop the boombox. Come on, you gotta like have the music stop, and then you build it to the moment, and then you hit them with the music. Yeah, it's amateur, amateur. Hi, what is it? Oh, what is that music coming from? I hate that infernal boombox the kids are playing these days. You have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Stay there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? What the fuck is it? Shut up. Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. What does that mean? What is in that coffee, dude? Has Godot been actually getting drunk off his ass this whole time? Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? Oh shit. Gumshoe, don't let her know you can't read. It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one very simple question for you, detective. Where's the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. I mean, well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. Oh god, he didn't say we didn't find it. And you stopped there where you should have looked for it. Ah! Oh, yeah, the caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I expect that she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you're searching so desperately for... Is it this one, perchance? Where'd you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Once again, you have to show this to us in Discovery? This is not how the law works? Why do you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. No, it's not a man purse, okay? It's a satchel. Oh, everyone at law school made fun of me. They said, oh, there's Edgeworth with this fucking man purse, his fanny pack. No, it's an Indiana Jones satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has flair for the dramatic. Not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like I could spend some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. Is that alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Wait, I'd like to wrap this scarf around a smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, prosecution mused to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. Oh, that sounds quite promising! Can't wait to hear all about it! The thing is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. Genius, huh? Genius, eh? Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing a scarf. Sir? It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. So it fell into the river that bodies can't be recovered from, yet you're able to find the scarf. A likely story. Looking at this photo. I get the sense this bridge is very high up. It's about 40 feet drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say it was a well-intentioned third party. Ah, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they actually did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as you have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, as you can see, Terry falls at both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Alright, the truth is becoming clear to me now! Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. Cross-examine what now? What do you mean, Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. Oh no. Oh no. A female college student? That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She didn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements, that is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. I mean, you didn't really have to say female again. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. You absolutely must hear her testimony. You'll have to give us a good reason why. Alright, please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. The victim was wearing a scarf in that photo, alright. So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way up in the mountains? That's irrelevant. He was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Hey, spirits! Haven't you mentioned it? This photo? This cloudy fog-like thing? Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor. No, I don't think that's a ghost. Drizzling, huh? That's right, there was a black rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. Some might even say it was a dark and stormy day. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. It's like a cold front just moved in. In any case... The point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. We just, like, we're never gonna acknowledge that the bridge is, like, broken. And you should never stand on it? Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is! He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happened to myself. It was real brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone getting pushed, or you were the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? There's mind-boggling tales in the way he said brutal. I wonder if he's Canadian. Ah, save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. In a book. Reading coffee. Poor baby, the court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. The court record, huh? I mean, there is the... You know, he's not standing behind her, but... There's also no knife, but we can't see his hands, technically. You may as well press the last statement, though. So in other words, it was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, I mean, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. It would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Oh, of course I do. The little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. What you believe is the truth? And that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. She's not wearing a hat. Anything else about her clothes that are different? And that seems to be the same, but... He pushed the victim hard in the back, and she fell down right on her stomach. A bit smug. I don't know. I mean, stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss. I mean, it's not just that, like, they're not facing each other, right? I mean, it could be. That just seems like, I don't know. It just seems way too, like, easy? Yeah, no, that's not what they want. Okay, then we don't have a problem, we don't have a penalty. Maybe, I feel like that is the idea that, like, how is he shoving her from behind if he's in front of her? Or is it that, like, there's no mud on her? Like, if she fell face down? But there wouldn't have been mud on the bridge. Because I think they're trying to say that the scarf fell off down to the bottom. Is that really what they want? Because that doesn't make any sense, but... So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Or is it just that she's not wet? But, I mean, I don't know if that's... Like, that would be more like an art thing to me. Like, I wouldn't just assume that she's not supposed to be wet there. So at the time of the crime, there's a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too, just a general soggy atmosphere. Whoops. I'll have evidence that doesn't go with that soggy atmosphere. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Is there anything condition at the scene of the crime? Something isn't right. Why are you talking like me? Shut up! Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. Well, I mean, she doesn't have a hat, but I don't think that is what they're looking for. I think it's supposed to be that she's not wet. So, like, her front, if she was pushed from behind, she would be wet. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Call the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. The victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge. Then the front of our coat should be covered in mud. But, like, there wouldn't be mud on the bridge. You know, like, the bridge, there's no mud. Because, like, I mean, I was under the impression that the scarf had fallen off down below. Because there would be no mud. Oh, that's exactly right. The other day I fell in a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befuddled. Befouled. I do admit the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street. Your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Aye, fortunately I've yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. See, that's what I'm saying. Can you prove the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? Surface of the bridge, huh? A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. What are you talking about? You look a real woman. I mean, I guess we present the scarf? Of course I can. The evidence is this scarf. It should be obvious if the scarf fell into the bridge and got this money. I mean, did he say it fell on the bridge though? He just said he recovered it from the scene of the crime. Okay, no, it does say found on Dusky Bridge. Okay. It means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. What the fuck, Edgeworth? Dude, chill the fuck out. Hey, same to you, buddy. Very uncalled for. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look what that explanation is in this case, what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright, it's not like he's really giving me much of a choice here. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. If you shut up, dude. Quit saying that. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. Either the victim discovered in the trunk. The witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim. Or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? False evidence. It's one of those three. Oh, what you said just now? I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over there that said it. I couldn't spit it out, dude. Alright, we are going to actually stop here and come back next time to make more progress and turnabout beginnings. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.